to go.
Excellent. Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being a part of today's hearing. Really appreciate the robust turnout of fellow regents for this important conversation. The University of Arizona has proposed changes to its fee structure, proposing to eliminate program fees, course fees, and differential tuition for undergraduate students and establishing a college fee structure. The proposed changes were not included when the board set tuition and fee rates in April. This special hearing allows students and other interested parties to comment on the proposal before the board takes action at its November 16th meeting. So with that, I'd like to turn this over to President Robbins and the University of Arizona team to summarize the proposed changes, after which we will take public testimony from any member of the public that wants to speak. President Robbins.
Thank you, Chair Duvall, and thank you, Regents, for the opportunity to briefly highlight the major components of our tuition and fees proposal for 2024-25 and to receive comments from the public. The proposal before us today is the culmination of significant planning and thoughtful reflection from leaders throughout the University of Arizona community. The goal for our proposal was to provide clarity and predictability for students and their families. Today's proposal includes simplifications to many of our tuition and fee rates. Our traditional base tuition and fee rates, along with housing and meal plan rates, will be included in the board's multi-year tuition setting process later this month. The core of our proposal is as follows. Beginning in 2024-25, we will simplify undergraduate tuition and fees by establishing an undergraduate college fee that will have 4 rate tiers. These tiers will range from $550 to $1,800 annually for resident students and $800 to $2,600 annually for non-resident students. Beginning in 2024-25, we will streamline our undergraduate mandatory fees by combining them into a single student fee engagement fee. For graduate students, we will propose rolling all previously approved mandatory fees into graduate tuition. I also want to mention a few additional components of our proposal, and then we'll be happy to take public comments. The W.A. Franke Honors College program fee will increase from $475 to $600 per term. Establish the inaugural per credit rate for our new Masters of Science in Business Analytics offered at our Chandler location. This will be $1,350 per credit for residents and $1,600 per credit for non-residents. We'll create parity for our dual degree MD, MPH students by instituting the same $250 per term program fee for the College of Medicine Tucson students that currently exist for our College of Medicine Phoenix students. Thank you again, Regents, for the opportunity to highlight our proposal, and I look forward to hearing feedback from the public.
Thank you, President Robbins. We get my inventory here. Appreciate the opening comments. So let me explain how this will work with the public testimony. For members of the public, you must sign up using online forms that are available on the ABOR website, which is azregents.edu. So you need to go online and present the form. I'll also, at the end, look for anyone who wants to raise their hand by Zoom. Note that your video may go dark for a couple seconds as permission for sound and video is granted, so please be patient. When providing testimony, please begin your comments. We ask that you state your name and any other personal information. We ask that you limit your remarks to 2 to 3 minutes to allow as many speakers as possible to comment. If there is a robust amount of comment, we will need to close, however, at 2:55, so we'll keep it going. We'll wrap up the meeting, and obviously, if there is time left over, we will adjourn the meeting a bit early. So with that, over to you, Suzanne, to call out our first speaker.
Our first speaker is Jeremy Vernick.
Hi, Regents. Thank you so much for your time today. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Perfect. So as the elected president of the Graduate and Professional Student Council here at the University of Arizona, I'm really proud to be before you today as you decide on this historic proposal regarding the University of Arizona's proposed tuition and fee plan. In short, Christmas may come early for my community this year. Whether it's a parent who has gone back to school, a future climate scientist, or one of our state's future teachers, the graduate community at the University of Arizona is a melting pot of cultures, communities, and career paths. However, there is one unifying theme amongst my peers, and that's financial insecurity. Last spring, my office conducted a survey, and our results showed a really dire situation. 70% of respondents rated themselves as being extremely or very financially stressed. 75% could not or could barely come up with $1,000 in case of a financial emergency. 63% of students have had to take on additional student loans for their education and or living expenses. 52% of graduate students had to forego mental health care half or more of the time in the last year. And 35% of graduate students chose to skip meals or have unhealthy food options because they couldn't afford enough food. Current mandatory fees at the University of Arizona for graduate students total over $1,300 per school year and are likely to rise with inflation. By eliminating this barrier to accessing higher education, the Board of Regents will be changing the lives of thousands of students overnight. We, as the Graduate and Professional Student Council at the University of Arizona, urge the board to vote yes on this proposed resolution.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Chair DeVaugh, that was our final speaker.
Okay. Let's give this a second. Is there anyone who, I don't see anyone, but anyone who wants to speak to raise their Zoom hand? I don't see anyone. Okay. I'd like to mention again that the Board of Regents will take action on this proposal at the November 16th meeting. Absent any other business, this concludes our special tuition hearing, and I want to thank everybody for your participation.